Hey everyone, how you doing? Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I hope y'all out or just getting prepared or just came in the house from doing your shopping, getting your food and calling your friends and family and making your arrangements for your Super Bowl. But I figured I'd come on before the big game and do a quick reef with you guys. I'm Katrina, the owner of Kathim Creations Reefs and Things, and I figured I'd come on today just to do an everyday reef with you guys on the grapevine, with some magnolia flowers, some magnolia leaves, and some magnolia flowers, and some greenery we're just going to put in, and just do a quick reef today. And also, if you want, we can talk about my craft event that went on yesterday. If you guys have any questions about the craft event that I did yesterday, you guys ask me, chime in, ask me, how it was, how hard it is to get set up for it, and just ask me whatever questions you want. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm just trying to pull you up on YouTube, on Facebook, and I think I have you guys. So when you come on, make sure you say hello. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know if you do any crafts, what crafts you do. Just let me know. Talk to me today. Let's make this a little hangout today before the Super Bowl, because I know once the Super Bowl go, everybody's going to be chimed in. Yeah. Quick question for you: do you watch the Super Bowl for the game, or do you watch it for the halftime? I'm gonna be honest with you. Me, this girl right here, I do like to watch the game, but I'm really into the halftime performance. I like to see all the dancing and singing and all that type of stuff and look at the performers. So I do watch the game because I like a good football game, but the halftime is the best. What about you? What about you? You guys tell me. I know me, it's the halftime. What about you? Hello? Let me know where you checking in from. So let me let you know what we're going to use today. And you guys can go get your grapevines, get your flowers, get your sign, because the style that I'm doing today is the same thing you can use with whatever you have. So just because I'm using magnolia leaves and magnolia flowers and some greenery, some nice greenery, you can do the same thing. These are filler flowers. Go get your, if you're still doing roses for Valentine's Day, you can, whatever, daisies or whatever you want to use. Maybe you want to make stuff for Mother's Day. Just get them. Get the grapevine, get the flowers, get your sign if you're using a sign, your ribbon, and let's make a wreath. Okay, so today we're going to have a grapevine wreath. This is, I think it's a 16-inch. Let me measure here. Nope, it's an 18-inch grapevine wreath. And I got my grapevine, I purchased my grapevines kind of by the case at my wholesaler, which is Sam's Pottery in Gillsville, Georgia. So that's where I got my grapevines. So this is from there. This is the ribbon that we're going to be using, which came from Hobby Lobby over in the the material section. They have this ribbon here, and it is like the burlap with, I don't know if you can see the little pearls on the ends. On the edges, it's like little pearls. So it's the burlap with the little pearls on the edge. I think that this is so pretty. And it's the 1.5 inch. We have some magnolia leaves, which was on a those long pieces. I can't think of what they are right now. Like a swag. So this was on that. I had used some of it already, and this is what I wanted to show you guys. Don't throw this stuff away. When you buy it, and say, oh, it was on a garland. So when you buy these garlands for whatever reason and you don't use it all, save these pieces, because you see, today we're going to put this on this grapevine. Look how beautiful it's going to be. It's just going to dress up this grapevine so nice. So don't throw these little pieces away that you have. We have some magnolia flowers. So these are some magnolia flowers. So we're going to have some of these. I also bought some filler flowers. So these are just assorted filler flowers that, we're going to use. We're going to put them in. And I really don't have a clue exactly how I want it to look. I figured we'll work and figure it out together. This is the beautiful sign that we're going to be using. It says Home Sweet Home. And look at those big, beautiful, the magnolia leaves and flowers that's up there. Beautiful, beautiful. It is a metal sign. I've already gone ahead and figured out my placement, and I used the cable mounts on the back of the sign. So what I do is I put a little dab of my E6000 glue on the back of the cable to mount. When you pull off the little sticker, this is how the cable mount comes. So this is how it comes. It's a cable mount. So this is how it comes. It has like little holes in it. all the way around. And this is the little sticky tape that you pull off the back. And once you pull that off, before I attach it, I take a little bit of my E6000 glue, put a push it down really good, and I did it to all three of them. Then I take hot glue and I glue the edges down. Okay, all three of these I glued the edges down after I put a little dab of E6000 glue on the cable mount. Okay, and I just do that for extra security because these are metal signs. I don't exactly know what temperature this is going to be in, and I don't want the glue to come off, so I just add the E6000 glue to the back of it. Then once it's dry, I added my Chanel stems, which I'm going to show you right here, through the cable mount. So you just put it through the cable mount like that. It comes through on the other end. I got so much glue here. Let's go this way. See if we can get it through easier that way. Uh-oh. We gotta see if we can get that in and get that up. You wanna know what? I got so much glue here, it's hard to get through. I may have to, let me show you. Well, then let's do this. If that ever happens to you, take your Chanel stem, put it in your little sewing needle here, you know, the little plastic one that I showed you guys before. You stick it right through that cable mount. Okay, let's see if we can get it in here. It's not bending. So let's see if we can get it in. There's so much glue up here. I guess that's not going to work. All right, let's figure this out. We got to be able to get it through. Work with it like I just did, and it came through, and I just give it a twist. Right, so now you got all three of the cable mounts. So I wanted to show you guys the process of me figuring out where I want this on my Grapevine. Remember, when you come in, make sure you say hello, let me know you watching me, let me know where you watching me from. So here's the sign. I figured I was working on my placement, and I wanted to have it where it was down on the side, but I wanted to tell you, when you're doing this with your sign on your Grapevine, you don't want your sign to stick all the way out. See how it's out from the side of the Grapevine? You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want it too low at the bottom, because you see where it's hanging from the Grapevine? You don't want that. You want it to be kind of even with the Grapevine, so when you package it in a box, you don't have to worry about getting such a bigger box to fit everything. So how I do it is I make sure it's shorter than the edge here, and it comes along the bottom here. When I do that, I take my hand, I know I want to put a mount right here, so then I take my hand and then I flip it over, and you see that's where my mount is, right where my hand was. So when you flip this over, you flip it over, and you see where my hand, that's where the mount is. So I know that's where I need to put my mount, because that's where I need to put my Chanel stem. Then I come over here to this area and do the same thing. I know I want it right here in the middle. I flip it over, and as you can see, it's right here up from that middle. And then I do the same for the top part. Flip it over, and there's the top part. So that's how I do my placement. So we're going to put the sign over to the side for right now. I got that sign from Personally Yours. It's Personally Yours, and her website is plywreathsigns.com. And I don't know if you really can see that, because my camera's not going to focus really well. But it's Personally Yours. So they have beautiful, beautiful signs. I bought a bunch of them last year, and I'm getting around to using them now. I have a needle nose pliers, and I'll show you why I'm using that. Of course, my needle, my plastic needle, because we're going to feed the Chanel stems through the Grapevine. That helps you get it through easy. Told you about the ribbon, the magnolia leaves. These are the flowers that we're going to use. So we're going to get started. So first thing I'm going to do is I want to attach my sign. So we get the sign placement again. You get the needle that you have, the little sewing needle, plastic needle, and they come in different sizes. So you figure out what size you want, and you get the size you want. I have like several different. So I just take it, stick the Chanel thing through the needle, and then my placement with my Chanel stems have come through. See that? See how easy that was? I didn't have to fuss and fight it to find an open spot, none of that. And that's how it looks. So we're going to go and we're going to do that for the rest of them as well. So we flip it up. It's the piece in the middle. And these grapevines are very messy, so just be prepared for them to make a mess, because that's what they want to do. And you don't pull the sign, like pull a Chanel stem real tight, because you got to put the other pieces of the Chanel stem through. You pull it too tight, then you can't pick the sign up to get the rest of them in. So right now I got this one here in, I got these two through. Now I got to do this one here. All right, pull it down a little bit. I'll show you a little off camera here, so let me put you back on camera. Then we go right through here, on again, we pull it through. And I'm telling you, these needles here are lifesavers when they go through feeding stuff through the grapevine. Sometimes, depending on how tight your grapevine is, you don't need it. I mean, how loose your grapevine is, you don't need it. But it's always good to have it, so when you need it, there. So now that we have all of them in, we're going to pull them all down to make sure we have it at the place that we want to have it. It's in a position where we want it. I have to clean it off a little bit. You don't have to do that. So what do you guys think? You guys think that's straight? It looks straight to me, but I'm gonna hold it up and see. I don't know, I think I want to bring down this bottom just a little bit. So we're gonna pull this out. We're gonna bring it down just a little bit. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. I wanted it to line up with the bottom of the grapevine. So we bring some. So what are you guys' plans for the Super Bowl? Anybody going to the bar? You going over to a friend's house? You just staying at home? You know, ordering in? Or you nothing at all? Some people are just not into the Super Bowl. And, you know, this is just another day for them, and they're going to be in the house just chilling. Is that you? Let me know. All right, let me. What do you guys think? I think that looks good. That looks good. Yeah. We're going to flip it over, and then we give it a good twist. So when you flip it over, you pull it down, and a couple of good twists. And then you're going to cut off the excess with your wire cutters. Remember, use your wire cutters and not your scissors, so you don't dull your scissors. So you give it a good couple of twists. Give like maybe an inch, a half an inch of a tail. And you just give it a couple of good twists, because we're going to tuck these ends back into the grapevine. And I like to use the brown Chanel stems to match the brown grapevine. You don't have to. Some designers, they use whatever color they have. And it don't matter to me, because I actually cover the back of my grapevine. That's one step I didn't tell you guys, but I'll show it to you just now. What I do with the back of my grapevines, and what I try to do with all of my wreaths, is I like to cover the back. So I have already cut out a piece of felt to fit around. Match. So now that we've done these, I actually just stick it, and I just stick it right back down into the grapevine. So I put it down, and I just stick it right down into the grapevine. And now it's just done. You don't see them. They're finished. So now we flip it back over. I love white. I don't like my sign to be all dirty. And we're going to clean off our area. You don't have to clean up your area as you go. This is just me. I'm anal about it. I gotta clean off my area. It just drives me crazy if I don't clean off my area, especially with a grapevine that makes a mess. A mess. All right. So the next step that I would do is I want to put on my magnolia leaves, right? Got to figure out the placement of my magnolia leaves. I know I wanted to come down to underneath the sign to right in here. This is where I wanted to start. And these are wired, so you can kind of get them to lay where you want them to lay. It's up to you. You work that out how you want it. You know, it's totally up to you. You figure out that placement as you go. So I think we're going to go with just right in here. Now, I had these out too. I didn't tell you guys, but I'm going to use some zip ties to tie down my magnolia leaves to my grapevine. So let me pull out some zip ties. Glue gun. My glue pot and my glue gun are Shorebine bars. So this right here is the cordless one. Okay, it has a base sitting off to the side. You can't see it. And then this is my glue pot. So you can use either one to glue your florals down once you start putting in your flowers and your filler flowers. Just to let you know that. I don't think I told y'all that in the beginning, but that's there. So I found the start of my placement. What I want to do is I want to turn this where I can see it very well. And then I'm going to take one of my zip ties and I'm going to pull out my needle nose pliers. And I'm going to use this to grab the other end of my zip ties. I pull it through to lift it up so I can get the end, right? I want to make it as easy as possible. So this is the placement, and the reason why I picked this placement is because this stem is going to be hidden underneath my sign, right? You want that to be hidden. So I want it to be tied down like right in here. So luckily this grapevine is not as thick, so I may not have to use my needle nose plier right in the beginning because I may be able just to stick my fingers there and I was to get it through. And I pull it down where I wanted to zip tie all the way down to the bottom where I want it at. You give it a good pull, okay, because you want it to be tight. You snip it off. Then you take that top part of that zip tie and you twist it around to the back. You push that top part of that zip tie around to the back. And like I said, luckily this one is not very thick. This grapevine right here is not very thick, right? So we want our magnolia leaves to kind of fan out. So as I'm going around, I'm going to go. How are we going to secure the grapevine? So as I'm doing that, hey guys, tell me what your plans are today. Tell me what you're up to. What you're going to do today. I'm interested. And I'm just lucky this grapevine is not as tightly put together. I'm able to just pull stuff up. I may have to go down a little deeper than that. That feels a little loose. And that's one thing. You make sure when you put it up here that it feels good. It's nice and tight. It's got enough branches where it feels like it's going to be secure to your grapevine. So I'm going to have to go down a little further and grab a couple of more grapevines just to make sure it's nice and secure. And you want to put it where you know it's going to be covered by the leaves. You don't want people to see your zip ties, right? And then you just twist it to the back. And remember, you're going to put filler flowers. You're going to put these beautiful magnolia flowers. These beautiful flowers. I'm going to use about maybe 3, 4. I think I have 3 or 4. So I'm going to try to use what I have here. That way, you know, I'm not really... wreath that I did. So we put that there. We come up another maybe 4 or 5 inches. All right. And then we another zip tie. I hope everybody's Sunday is going great. My grandson is upstairs. He's upstairs with his dad and his mommy. They chilling, watching a movie. I think it looks so cute. See a little family there. They watching a movie. Upstairs joining each other company. I love that. I'm down here working. Y'all know me. I'm always working. Okay, that is not secure, so we got to find another spot for that. That's why you always pull on it a little bit to make sure that you got some of the grapevine in a good spot for it. And sometimes you have to go down a little deep. And so far I'm able to get this without using a needle nose plier. I can use my hands. Okay. You want to make sure we push it down. Oh, that whole zip tie broke. Alright, let's try this again. Alright. Sometimes that happens. Yeah. This is what happens when you know, doing wreaths. It don't always go as planned. You have to make some changes. It's all an art. You just make the changes and keep going. Now it's secure. Push it around to the back. Let's see where we're going to go here. Like right in here for this one. I love magnolia flower. I think it's so pretty. It's such a pretty tree. I mean, the tree stays green all year round. It's a big tree. The flowers are so beautiful on them when they come through. So it's a gorgeous, gorgeous tree. Flower. Well, it's a tree with big, beautiful flowers on it. Okay, I may have to use my needle nose pliers. Okay, wait, let me see if I can get my hand down here to get it. Yep. I was able to. Alright. Give it a good tug. Make this nice and tight. And then you just lay the leaves back down. Remember, it may look a little flimsy, but we're going to add in some flowers. Add in some fillers. So we're going to fill it up. But even just with the grapevine with the greenery on it, it just looks gorgeous to me. That wood rustic look behind these big, beautiful green leaves. What do you guys think? Gorgeous. Like I said, when you have these garlands that you buy for something else and you use it for something else, if you didn't use the whole thing, don't throw them away. You do things like that. Like say if you had a shorter piece, get a 14-inch on that grapevine. That's all you do. But you don't throw it away. Use it again. Don't throw it away. Let's see if I can get a spot in here. I think I have to use my needle nose pliers. Let's get in here. Let's get the end of that. There you go. Got the end of it. Pulled it out. It's tight in here, so I can't put my fingers down in there. That's what you need those needle nose pliers for. Twist it around to the back. And then you just lay the leaves down. Lay the leaves down. And you're going to mess with this several times. I'm just laying it down just to be messing with it right now. Alright, let's go around and see if we have to put maybe 2 more pieces in. You bend it. It's on a wire, so you can bend it. So make sure you bend it to fit the grapevine. Okay? So we go right in here. Find a spot right in here. Able to stick my hand down in there. This grapevine is pretty good. I mean, I had to use a needle nose plier, I think, once so far. It's Not too tight in here. Alright. Turn it down. And then I have extra leaves too. Some leaves that I found. So if you have to fill in spots, you keep those leaves. So I'm going to go right here. And this is the last one we're going to put in. Let's see if I can get this down here. You don't need the needle nose pliers. Nope, I got it. Okay. Put it down. Make sure it's laying flat. It is. Give it a good pull. Wow. Wow. How does that look with that sign? That's just wow. Look at that. Wow. I'm going to clean up my spot. Like I said, I'm just a little anal. You don't have to do that as you go, but I just do. Alright. I just don't like my flowers to be getting filthy while I'm working with florals. So I like to clean up my area. Alright. This is what we have so far. Look at that. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Now, before you glue your floral in, if you want to do a dry run like I'm about to show you, do a dry run to make sure your flower placement is where you want it. And then remember, we're going to come back with like these little filler flowers, these little like field flowers, right? Because if you wouldn't, thanks for watching. So I'll take my flower, I'll dip glued in now. Fluff out your flower. And I cut it off with my wire cutters. Work off most of the excess. Stick. Move my here. Be more sturdy when I put it in, but I don't have a pick machine, so I'm just going to glue this tip and stick it in. Okay, just to have a little bit of coverage right there in that spot. I'm trying to find a good spot for it, and that's a good cover, right? So we want to go to this flower. We want to move the leaves out the way so we can see where we're going to stick it at. There's a spot right there. Put my finger there. And you can call it quits if that's what you wanted to do.